Hello, welcome to Joburg Today. My name is Maps. If your favorite animal is the king of the jungle, why not make your way to the Lion Park and spend some time with the lions?
There are many interesting facts about lions, one of them being that they sleep between 16 to 20 hours a day. Let's go learn more while interacting with these magnificent cats.
We do have quite a few lions at the Lion Park. The cubs we have in the cub interaction area, these guys have been orphaned. Sometimes there's problems with the cubs themselves and they've had to be taken away. Sometimes the mothers, there's too many cubs for them to actually look after. So a lioness, she only has 4 nipples and she can have up to 9 cubs at once. Now that's definitely a problem. 4 nipples, the first 4 cubs that'll actually get to the milk are the first 4 that'll survive. The excess in the wild are actually left to die. Here we'll actually take the cubs and hand raise them. And that's how we actually end up with some of the cubs that we have in that such a cub area. We do need a lot of food to actually feed all the lions. We're very lucky when it comes to our food. All our meat is donated by local farmers and veterinary institutions. So the animals are either sick, injured or old, and it's usually horse, cow or chicken. Well, with lions, in the past 2 decades, the populations have gone from over 100,000 to less than 23,000. So the numbers are going down very, very quickly. So parks like this, it helps with educating people on lions, teaching them, it's not okay to shoot them. The more you do that, the less the numbers are going to go down, and we're going to end up with the same situation as we are now having with the rhinos. Here we do have a high inflow of school children coming through to the Lion Park. Now, not all schools have the means and the funds to actually go to all the national parks and go spend a couple of days in there. So we will actually waive the fee for the underprivileged schools especially to actually come through to the park and have an educational experience. The whole point of them coming here is education. Without education, there's no conservation. As you can see behind me, these guys are fast asleep. Now, everyone thinks these guys are big, fat and lazy. Although they look big, fat and lazy, these guys are nocturnal, so they sleep primarily 16 to 20 hours a day. But when they get going, these guys can actually run 100 meters in 6 seconds.
I am Itumelo Pelesa for Joburg Today.
Hi, I'm Roxanne Rodemayer and you're watching Joburg Today.
If you have any comments for us or there's something that you'd like to see on this show, why not keep in touch with us through social media by following us on Twitter at Joburg Today, liking our Facebook page, joburgtoday.tv, and don't forget, #Joburg Today. Also, while on the go, you can check us out on pockettv.mobi, and that is pocket with an I. Mpo chats to Loris from Johannesburg in your pockets.
In studio, we have Loris from In Your Pocket. Welcome, Loris.
Thank you for having me.
Please tell us more about In Your Pocket.
I launched Johannesburg In Your Pocket in February this year, and it's a print guide to the city. It's part of the In Your Pocket City Guide series, which is actually based in Europe, and they cover more than 100 cities. Wow. And it's something I picked up while I was traveling overseas, and I really thought that Joburg deserved a city guide.
And what does it mean to be In Your Pocket? What does it mean to the community of Johannesburg?
What it means is that they actually have a city guide that they can trust. They have everything that we cover it's independent content. So everything that we recommend, we've tested, we've tried, we've been there, we've seen it. And I think that's really important, that there's actually a lot of integrity to the content we produce. But I also think Johannesburg deserves to stand among the cities of the world. If we are a world-class African city, then we deserve to be among other cities and to have a guide that can actually help visitors. And to some extent, I think a lot of locals are visitors. It's not only international travelers, that people in Joburg are very used to doing things a certain way and traveling the same paths. And it's only in the last few years that the city's opening up to new experiences. So I think, having a guide like this actually is a great asset for the city.
Okay, like we have so many online gig guides or whatever guides, but please just tell us what sets you apart from the rest.
I think what sets In Your Pocket apart is that it is online, but it's actually a printed guide. So the printed guide comes out 3 times a year. It's 64 pages of content about the city, and it gives you everything from the basics to how to, from using public transport and how to use the taxi signs in order to catch a taxi and get to the city, to the best events that are on during that period that the guide is published. So I think how it differs is that it's exceptionally comprehensive. It's got everything from restaurants to hotels, trips out of town, maps, which seem to be lacking from everybody. And I think it approaches people as if they are new to the city. I think a lot of other online sites assume that their audience already knows a lot about what they're talking about. And I think actually there's a lot of people in Joburg who don't really understand the city and actually need help. They need to be led by the hand.
Okay, and so where to from here? Where are you taking in your pocket around Johannesburg?
Well, the printed guide is available in more than 65 hotels and accommodation establishments. And it's also being sold in bookshops. And then we have an updated online guide, and we also have a very comprehensive what's on section. We're very active on social media. For me, it's really just about expanding the guide to get it into more people's hands, and also making sure that we're constantly improving our coverage and we're keeping up with all the new things that are happening in the city, and we're able to tell people about them.
Hi, my name is Kimisha and you're watching Joburg Today.
Most of us love locally made products. Take a look at this next feature to see the Soweto brewed beer.
Soweto Gold is an idea that has been fermenting in my head for the past 3 years. The existence of Soweto, of course, comes about with the post-1886 gold rush. We actually researched the history of Soweto quite extensively, and it's quite a bittersweet history, you know. And in everywhere you go, Soweto has always been tied with gold. That's why when we came with a beer brand, we decided to call it Soweto Gold. During a lunch break, I started to ask myself, why don't I actually make myself a small brewery like, you know, everybody else? And after that, I started searching for a location where I can put this brewery in, and there was no other better place than Soweto. You know, we actually had an option to call our beer premium, but the name premium has been abused so much. And when we looked at our beer and how we brew it, the raw materials that we put into it, the time that it takes to ferment and mature the beer, we actually decided to call it superior because that is exactly what it is. It is made of superior raw materials, and the time it takes to mature the beer is also superior to other beers. The feast has 4 meanings. The literal meaning behind the feast is a handcrafted beer, but also the feast celebrates the past struggles of the people of Soweto. The feast also looks into the current struggles that we still have in our societies, and one of them is the struggle against alcohol abuse, and one of them is also a struggle against monopolies. Monopolies are not good for a sustainable development of our economy. This is the first beer that is crafted by an African, so it's a very special beer indeed.
Hi, I'm Skongile Gunene and you're watching Joburg Today.
Check out the special focus section to see what is happening in and around Johannesburg, and check out our brand new show, Gold Stuck on Gadgets. That's it from me, Maps. I leave you with Deep Fried Man, White Boy Blues.
Back in ETV.
Woke up this morning in a Tuscan villa. Our president still isn't, Helen Ziller. I'm scared this country's turning into the next Zimbabwe, so I spend my time looking for clues. I think I've got a bad, bad case of them white South African blues. They say I'm privileged, and I guess that's true. But I pay my taxes, and I don't see nothing improve. The electricity price is outrageous, and it's going up by 15%. And my neighbor Yanni says all the money's just gonna go towards more Labola for our president. It seems our way of life is under attack. My gardeners from Malawi, they sent him back. And every time my domestic worker rearranges my closet, I can't find my shoes. I'm no closer to finding a cure to these white South African blues. There's a poor selection of organic veggies at Pick and Pay. I'd rather go to Woolies, but I'm meant to stay away. Their economic equity policy makes me so mad I could phone into 702. Well, is there any wonder that this white boy is feeling blue?